turning back now. Don't look over your shoulder. The hardest part is over. No, no, no turning back now. One foot in front of the other. It feels so good when you let love take over. Let love take over. Daddy now call you by your name. Disrespected now, they do the same. If one of us is bound, none of us are free. Equality is not destiny. No, no, no turning back now. Don't look over your shoulder. The hardest part is over. No, no, no turning back now. One foot in front of the other. It feels so good when you let love take over. Let love take over. Do it, baby, strut on now. 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 Now do it, baby, strut on now. Do it, baby, strut on now. Now do it, baby, strut on now. Do it, baby, 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 now. Let love take over. Ask girls, oh, what you prefer? You hesitate to say you're into him and her. Trapped in your own body from the inside out. Got your own drop shit and when you're
Hey, this is Afro Sensei. Happy Friday. Welcome to the third episode of the Afro Sensei Show. I am Afro Sensei. For those who don't know, I'm just an up-and-coming small indie electronic artist. But first things first, see this? Who is this? Buttercup. And what does she have? It's not a buzz cut, but it is a short haircut. I told you. Didn't I tell you? Because I told you. I told you. Now, that's taken from the new episode. I think the first like look of like the CW show for the Powerpuff Girls for those who missed last week's last episode's tangent. I went on a little downward spiral about the Powerpuff Girls reboot on CW live action. And I've said that I bet you that Buttercup would have a buzz cut or a short haircut. Not quite a buzz cut, but it is short. Now let's see if Bubbles is a hipster. Maybe not, maybe so. We'll see about that. Did get a first look at Mojo Jojo, which he looks it's like an average, freshman, white dude, which I don't know how it's supposed to translate to like an evil simian that's trying to take over the world, but they'll do them. I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a watch. Who knows? But I want to thank everybody who is tuning in right now. If you are, please share the live wherever you are, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Especially tonight, because tonight is a drag race finale. It's been on for actually since New Year's Day, I think. So it's been on for the last almost 4 months. It's the longest time for a season. My money, I think it's going to be either Simone or Got Mick, to me. I mean, all 4 of them are great, but I really think, Got Mick just really did well throughout the whole season, especially with the runway looks. I mean, just one thing, I can't think of a bad look that she had. But I'm personally pulling for Simone. Because Simone, she just, it's like she has a certain energy about her when she walks down the runway. She got that thing like Bob Joking was kind of poking fun of the way she walked her little. She a little. I'm walking. Y'all know. That's it. So I'm personally going to be Simone. But if it's Got Mick, I wouldn't be mad at it. Rose Day Candy, they're great. But like I said, I think it's between those two. But, hope I'm going to tune in after this is over with because I'm recording it. So, wonders of technology. Like tonight, we got a really good show tonight. We're going to be playing new video, lots of good videos. One of my new videos. We're going to be doing an interview with the artist 7 Deep, who's a rap artist based out of LA. Interview with him about just his videos and his musical inspiration and how he started as a dancer. So we got some other videos by Lex Braxter, some videos by Dre Sean. So good line of rap and indie pop and also Afro pop. So nice little line we got tonight. So since we mentioned videos, we can go ahead and get into it. The first video is my new video for my latest single, Indra. This is actually a video I shot and directed myself. So to me, that's actually filmed right in this room, actually. A very different setup in the pink wall, as you're about to see. So this is my video for Indra. So get into it.
Next to me, and Indra pours to fly. Always knew he could wield a sword, his own wings to survive. Mild man, mind on the matters, those didn't matter at all. Doubts of life to endure the night, let's sing angels until the dawn. Beat down but not bested, Bowser was returned skeptic. Raptured by reason, falsities, illusions, superstitions had its season. Myths can mold heroes, but illusions can birth demons. In this big world of nothing, delight in finding a meaning.
And we're back. That was my video for my latest single, Indra. That was actually featuring Nani Tsunami, also known as Mighty Morphin Power Bottom, who I met on Instagram. We collaborated on this. I asked him if he would just shoot a part of the video with me, and he agreed and did a really good job with it. So shout out to him for taking part of that with me. That song, you pull up, it's on YouTube. It's also on Spotify and iTunes and all of your streaming platforms. And also the remix is out too as well, the extended mix, the Chrysalis 12 inches I call it, which technically, Chrysalis is for moths and the cocoon is for butterflies, but it's all dance pop, so we can not be too literal with everything. So we get into our interview for tonight. Part one of our interview tonight is, like I said, this artist is based in LA, originally from Richmond, Virginia, but he moved to LA right now, and his name is 7 Deep. He's known for being, really explicit, really aggressive, really, really aggressive, explicit, raunchy, ratchet rap sound that, all the kids love, including moi. I'm not quite a kid, but really insightful interview with him about his background, his influences, and how he came up and how he thinks about approaching his art and his music. So we're going to get into part one of our interview with 7 Deep. Let's check that out. All right, so I'm here with 7 Deep. How you doing today?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing good. How's your birthday and everything?
It was eventful and relaxing and everything that it needed to be.
That's good. I saw you just put out a song with I can't think of his name, but it's like Things Get High is the name of the song, or
Yeah, his name is Johnny. Yeah, really good song. I love it.
All right, y'all doing a video for that, or?
It looks like we are. The people have spoken. I think that's one of their favorites off of his EP. So yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah. If you're ready, we can go ahead and get started.
Yes, let's do it. I'm excited.
All right, let me do a quick introduction, then we just get into it. I've watched other interviews with you. I know that you grew up around the DMV area, I think Richmond, Virginia specifically. How did that impact you and influence you growing up, and influence you as an artist?
A lot of great artists come from Virginia. So you have like Missy and Pharrell and Trey Songz and Chris Brown. There's a lot of artists that come from Virginia. And my dad, he's from New York, but we grew up, like I said, we grew up in Richmond. He just always had me in something. I think Richmond or just Virginia is just, it's not one of those states that get known, I guess, that you really think about when it comes to creativity or rap or music. You think about New York.
It's kind of in between, you think about it, because it's not quite the South, but it's not quite the North either. So yeah.
Exactly. It's like right in between. So you don't really know, like it's not really known. You have Texas, you have Atlanta, you have New York known really for music, but a lot of good greats come out of Virginia. And it's just a big place for creativity and being free as far as trying new things. So it definitely impacted it because I would say that it's in between everything. So
you get a good mix of everything.
Yeah, exactly. You get a good mix of everything.
Right. And now I know before you started rapping, or maybe around the same time, I'm not sure, but you started dancing before you really started rapping professionally. So what do you think it was about dance that kind of spoke to you as a kid?
So my dad owned a barbershop, and I would basically be on like hair sweeping duty at the barbershop, and he always played videos. And back when in my day, when I was growing up,
mine too.
It wasn't a video if it didn't have a good dance break. It wasn't a video if they weren't dancing and they weren't pushing themselves and challenging. And even on the award shows, everyone was dancing in sync. And I fell in love with like Aaliyah and Missy Elliott and Britney Spears and these people growing up, Janet Jackson, and just seeing the choreography and just the way the music makes you feel. So naturally, I just started dancing, and that was the first thing that took off.
For why you did videos on YouTube and you dance on different people, who would you say? I guess you mentioned Janet and you mentioned Britney and stuff. So you done like any other styles outside like hip hop, or was that your main style of dancing?
I've done like ballroom dancing, like waltzing and tango and foxtrot and stuff like that. Yeah, it was one of my coolest jobs I've ever had. I had to learn those dance moves and kind of teach wedding couples when they wanted that type of dance. So it was kind of cool.
Okay. Yeah, all I learned in school was square dancing. So,
Okay.
yeah. But going back to like people like Missy, I know it's like when you list artists that inspire you, it's like Missy, it's Lady Gaga, it's like Busta Rhymes,
Hmm.
Madonna. These like really big personalities with like strong visual presence. And so,
Hmm.
I mean, you mentioned choreography and performance, but outside of it, what else about them really affected you, growing up?
Honestly, just their entire presence in the. I remember growing up and you would have a Missy Elliott. No one could be Missy Elliott. You had a Madonna. No one could be Madonna. You had a Prince. No one could be Prince. You would try to make him and Michael, but they were two totally separate people.
Right.
Even Janet and Michael were two totally different. And I feel like that's what I love about growing up. Even when it comes to their visual, everybody, but the videos were different. The videos were thought out. The videos had, meaning. And that's what I try to do with my music. I want people to see a theme or see treatment and think, oh, to myself, I know exactly what he's doing. And I get exactly what he's doing. It's not just random. You know what I mean? So shout out to them, because I always say I grew up on the greats, and I really, really did.
Do you feel that's missing now in the current mainstream, or?
Absolutely missing. I think that we have some very, very like I was watching a Nicki Minaj interview, and she said, when I grew up and I was on the radio, I heard talented people. Now when people grow up, they hear popular people. And I do think that it's a very, very the music industry has changed. I do think talent is going to come back, because popularity, it fades away. You know what I mean? But I feel like talent and good music always, it brings you longevity. But I do think that that's missing in today's industry.
Probably because it's sort of flipped in a way. In the past, you had time to develop, the companies develop the artists, but now they expect you to have everything together, and then they kind of like
Right.
bring some cash on it. So yeah.
Exactly.
Right. I can see that. And speaking of, I guess, visuals, watching your video for Man Eater, which is a great, sort of the Blade references. The video you just put out for Go to Hell, again, strong visual thing. Sex with My Ex, same thing. You seem to draw a lot from fantasy and also a little bit of horror. So in terms of film and directors, where do you draw from there as far as inspiration? Mention Blade, but anything else? But
so I'm in love with vampires. I don't know what it is about the vampire thing. I think I used to want to be. I remember vampires are what helped me figure out what was going on with my sexuality, if that kind of makes sense. I'm the oldest of 11, so like,
okay.
and there's no one else. There was no one else in my family that's like me. So I remember watching Blade or Vampire in Brooklyn, and I remember the vampires being so fluid. If you think about it, vampires, when you go inside of the vampire lair or they're having a party, it's men kissing men, women kissing women, and it's just, even Queen of the Damned, it was had a little bit of bisexuality going on with the vampires. And I remember thinking like to myself, like, "Ooh, I feel funny." Like, like I kind of like this. Like I kind of like this little like situation that's going on. So they kind of helped me figure everything out. I love fantasy. I love fantasy, whatever, because fantasy helps me. I guess I'm a theater kid as well, and fantasy takes me away from all the stuff that's going on in the world. It makes you have to use your brain to think about your imagination. So I kind of brought that with me into my art.
Yeah, it reminds me of something that I heard David Bowie say in a documentary. He said he didn't want to climb out of his fantasy when he went on stage. He wanted to stay in his fantasy. And that's what,
exactly.
Yeah, that's what I kind of get from you too with your visual stuff. So yeah, I definitely see that. And then you mentioned being as you such a theatrical performer, when it comes to like maybe performing live, of course the pandemic has affected everything. But when it comes to the live show, how do you want to bring that across on stage, the theatrics?
So the theatrics, they will be brought across on the stage. I actually just did a really, really, really good performance in New York. It's going to be virtual, but it was still live. And the visuals, I cannot wait for you guys to see that. But bringing it across on stage, my biggest thing on stage is performing. Actually getting up, dancing, spacing, choreography, on your words. I like it being effective. I come from legendary performers. I was that kid that year. I forget what year it was, but it was Beyonce, Britney Spears. I think Missy Elliott and Missy Elliott, Madonna, Britney, and Christina Aguilera opened up.
03.
Oh, that was 03? That
yeah,
was 03.
Yeah.
That was like the most legendary, iconic award show. It was so many heavy hitters there. You know what I mean? And they used their imagination. They came out of the cake. Beyonce came upside down. It was like everyone knew that it was going to be so I just feel like once I get a really, really good team, because right now it's just me. Once I get a really, really good team together, we can all bounce ideas off of each other. But the fantasy will definitely be brought to the stage.
We should drop us a little bit over to songwriting. What was the first song you ever wrote, and what was it about? What was the subject about?
Oh my gosh! So the first song that I wrote, I think it was about going to the club. I think it was about going to the club and being in the club with your homegirls. You know what I'm saying? And the bottles come in. Like I love the club. Like I love going out. It makes you feel good. You know what I mean? Get dressed up and stuff. So I'm not really like a feelings type of writer. I like to go out and make people feel good. So I think it was about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Popular subject matter.
Yeah, popular.
All right, and we are back. See, I was watching the interview as well. That was part one of our interview with 7 Deep. We're getting to part two a little bit later. You see, and I definitely agree with him about taking inspiration from those sort of bigger than life artists like a Missy or a Busta Rhymes or Lady Gaga. You know, talk about the legendary O3 VMAs, which I guess, you know, time is moving on. That's legendary now because I remember watching that and seeing what you referred to Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera kissing Madonna, which poor Christina, you know, what they had to do as soon as she kissed Britney, they went right to Justin's blank face, and then and then by the time they went back to the camera, Christina got kissed and it was a wrap. You know, she missed her moment, but you know, she survived, so she'd be all right. Speaking of continuing with 7 Deep, right, he just released a new video for his latest single, Go to Hell, which we'll be playing now. Since it's 7 Deep, Go to Hell. Y'all come back.
Seven deep, suck my dick to the beat. Whole face of fucking C to keep these bitches in heat. Got a nigga on my phone trying to fuck that ain't single. Got a bitch ringing my bell and she ready to jingle. I ain't trying to hit no sub when you was begging me to fuck. Wanna be messing my nigga, let me show you how to make 'em up. I made a nigga suck my dick, then I saw him kiss his bitch. Check her nigga off my list, goddamn, it's another hit. Oh, he a scary ass nigga, a faking Jamaican, ain't got no curry ass nigga. Send your condolences, about to bury that nigga. What 7 gon' do next, so he a word ass nigga. That nigga's cap me, he don't know how to shoot, I beat his ass in his flash boot. Straight nigga, all in the gay nigga business, he so mad cause he can't get this side with a bitch on the side. Dick so good, make a bad bitch cry. Had that nigga going dumb cause I forgot to reply. He mad cause I didn't let him fuck. I was gone, I ain't fucking. No DJ to play my song, I ain't worried. Please believe me on my mama, you gon' need me. Give a fuck about who you is, I ain't never been easy. A broke nigga can't see me, my ex niggas can't leave me. Now all these faggot rappers in they bag trying to be me. With 2020 vision, can't none of y'all niggas see me. And I don't do relationships, can't let y'all niggas keep me. Now take it down to the ground, pop that ass for a pass. Throw that shit up over here, I'm trying to see if it can last. Had pussy last week, tonight I think I want some ass. Other niggas make me laugh, goddamn I'm in my bag. But goddamn I'm in my bag. Yeah, it ain't no rapper going harder than me. These niggas don't got what I got and it don't come for the free. Yeah, how he taking shots and he can't pay his rent. Let me get 20 ass nigga the worst money I ever spent. Yeah, I'm on a plane on my way to the A. After my show I'm on my way to drop this dick in your base. Yeah, first of my kind and I'm ready to shine. She said she love the way I eat it. I be taking my time. I was minding my business, spilling my feelings in the booth. I guess I gotta make this nigga live up in his truth. Yeah, fuck him good, then I sent him on his way. Yeah, he got kids, that don't mean he ain't gay. Knew he was sus when he text back K. Now he wanna smoke and put my dick up in his face. When it come to these bitches, he be quick to kiss and tell, but wanna keep me a secret. Boy, go to hell.
That was the latest video by 7 Deep for his song Go to Hell. As you can see, like he mentioned, he has a very, you know, dramatic flair for his visuals. You know, it's a little bit of dancing, a little bit of, you know, dark kind of gothic imagery. Of course, ending, you know, has its own little twisted in, really shocking. A little bit of play on, I guess, a little Nas X vibes right there with the, you know, sort of limp body and, you know, him, you know, a bit of violence at the end, you know. But again, that was 7 Deep with Go to Hell. Like I said, we're playing part 2 of our interview with 7 Deep later on in the show. But moving on, to our next artist we're going to play. This is a collaboration. I came across this video again. A good page on Instagram is LGBT Underground. They have a lot of stuff from different musicians of different genres. You know, whether it's like Afro pop or hip hop or R&B. And this is a collaboration I came across. This is a video called "No Punch" by Ali Tomanique and Lex Bratcher, which kind of sounds like Lex Luthor, but you know, different last name though. So this is their collaboration. This is called "No Punch." Let's get into that.
Squad. Available now on all streaming platforms. Download it. Nah, don't cut none of this. Keep it all in there. Yeah. No punch.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Squad. Woo. I don't punch in. I just walk in the booth and a poof, man, I turn to a dungeon. I just jump in, no stretching, start flexing, no question, no pressure. My blessings come in abundance, 808 hit like concussion. I don't punch in. Yeah. I walk in the booth and a poof, man, I turn to a dungeon. Yeah. I just jump in, no stretching, start flexing, no question, no pressure. My blessings come in abundance, 808 hit like concussion. Manifest it if I need it. Yeah. I don't like doing no handouts. I've been the same since a fetus. I feel like I had it all planned out. I'm loving the way that it panned out. I turn myself into a brand now. I can turn a hate into a fan, turn a fan to a stand, cause I stand out. Excuse me, back when I used to be goofy. Back when I had my GoPro in a room shooting myself, producing. Classmates would judge me like Judy. Never really care how they view me, cause I had juice from YouTube, no cap. I would tell groupies who view me. Then I started to get older, but everything didn't go the way I wanted. I found that I gotta cop a different motive. Opposition showed up, I was tripping. Life was hard to get control of. I didn't even notice that I was prioritizing out of order. I was underwater, thought that I was drowning. All you haters tried to pull me to the bottom, but hold on, let me get it. Jesus, now I got them wishing they could come and get a feature. They try to get to me, but you ain't even in my region. Now I got them on these tippy toes and they reach it, cause I'm a beast with it. I'm a dog, I'm a creature, but they be trying to put me in a box like a pizza. With all the comments that they be dropping, they gotta stop it with all the talking and start doing research. Man, I be stopping up on a meeting till my feet hurt. Going berserk, I'ma take what I deserve. Life feeling like a B-word, it could be worse. 31 until I meet her with the rebirth. Hot like a fever, bring a knee nurse. I'ma have a seizure, spitting these words. Okay, listen, wait a minute. Now I gotta go and put a little bit of reverb in the speaker so that I can tell them what I don't punch in. I just walk in the booth and a poof, man, it turned to a dungeon. I just jump in, no stretching, start flexing, no question, no pressure. My blessings come in abundance, 808 hit like concussion. I don't punch in. Yeah. I walk in the booth and the poof, man, it turned to a dungeon. I just jump in, no stretching, start flexing, no question, no pressure. My blessings come in abundance, 808 hit like concussion.
Okay, I don't punch in, huh? One take with the hits, my shit make them sit like a luncheon. Got New York on my back when I spit like pumpkin. Patches on my seeds be active, they be packing, got them hung off something. All these actors say I'm whack when I rap loose in the back. I'ma get them hung off something. Dogs with me going in now, looking at you niggas like you made a noise. When I get the check, I'ma show out. I be extra off the paper, boy. Try to fuck with squad, it's a blowout. Got the hair dryer in the main drawer. I've been winning so much lately, I forgot what the champagne for, huh? Benito, in the cup throwing C-notes. My shit jumped the house of pain, your shit jump like free throws. These pussy niggas so tight, they really been doing they Kegos. White dudes my studio hours, y'all don't really need those. White niggas gotta punch every word. I be in the studio fooling with all these newbies that be coming to turd. If they want in the verse, they gotta be truly into me, homeschooling everyone when I swerve. My lungs work, all my air coming disperse, and it's worth whatever money you earn on the first, don't punch. And even when we get to the hook, got them shook, no swing, and it's still gonna disperse.
I don't punch in. I just walk in the booth and a poof, man, it turned to a dungeon. I just jump in, no stretching, start flexing, no question, no pressure. My blessings come in abundance, 808 hit like concussion. I don't punch in. Yeah. I walk in the booth and the poof, man, it turned to a dungeon. I just jump in, no stretching, start flexing, no question, no pressure. My blessings come in abundance, 808 hit like concussion. Ali Tomanique, Zevin on the beat. Lex with us, had to flex with us. We gon' put them all to sleep, no punch.
All right, that was Ali Tomanique and Lex Bratcher with No Punch. Which a great song, but very fast rapping that stuff. Speaking of bust around, just, that's I can't rap that fast, but great song by both of them, great collaboration. You can check them out again. Follow both of them on IG. They're both on IG. They're very active, very creative. So really great song, really good collaboration. Let's see. Again, this week, pretty monumental week this week. Not to get too serious for a minute, but of course you had the case with George Floyd, which for me wasn't so much justice accountability, but it's a step in the right direction. And it's also, of course, you had different other things that have popped up as well with the case in Ohio, which seems like it's one step forward and two steps back. Not to get too serious, but can not comment on it because it's happening. But again, but if you want to check out that video for No Punch, you can follow them on YouTube. That's both Ali Dominique, and that is also Lexi Bratcher. We can also get into our next video. It's just a slight change in mood and a slight change in genre. This is all coming across on Q Reviews, which is a really good site as well for finding out different LGBTQ artists. This artist Courtney Govan. It's really kind of light, breezy kind of pop song called Serotonin, which more pop songs are called Serotonin. We all need little calmness right now. So, but it's a really great song, really catchy type of song that sticks in your head, and the video is really light and breezy as well. So let's get into that. This is Courtney Govan. This is Serotonin.
I see you when I close my eyes. Yeah, you got me hypnotized. When will you realize? I just wanna be with you, baby. But my brain tells lies. I'm just trying to live my life. Why can't I realize? I just gotta stop letting my thoughts alter reality. Don't like this version of myself who lives inside. My friends don't hate me. Am I going crazy? Consuming me lately, and I'm over it. Now where I've been, it's where I'm going. Looking for my vibe, wanna bathe myself in serotonin. Now where I've been, it's where I'm going. Looking for my vibe, wanna bathe myself in serotonin. See you when I close my eyes, hands running up my thighs. When will you realize? I just wanna fuck with you, baby. But my brain tells lies. I'm just trying to live my life. Why can't I realize? I just gotta stop letting my thoughts alter reality. Don't like this version of myself who lives inside. My friends don't hate me. Am I going crazy? Consuming me lately, and I'm over it. Now where I've been, it's where I'm going. Looking for my vibe, wanna bathe myself in serotonin. Now where I've been, it's where I'm going. Looking for my vibe, wanna bathe myself in serotonin.
And we are back. That was Serotonin by Courtney Govan. Again, like I said, it was changed from previous tracks. Really light, breezy, really cool indie pop sound. Like I said, I came across the track again on page the Q reviews again on Instagram and also Facebook and online in general. Really great site. A lot of different. They showcase a lot of different types of queer art. So if you want to follow them, they're really look them up on IG. But she has some really good tracks. I've found a lot of groups that are doing a lot of really great creative stuff. And again, if you would like for me to hear some of that stuff or to see some of that stuff, in the videos, email me at afrosenseishow@gmail.com. Again, it's afrosenseishow@gmail.com. That way I can check it out and possibly play it on the show, or anybody you think it could be a good interview. Again, send me the information or send them to me at afrosenseishow@gmail.com so we can check them out and also feature them on the show, or at least feature them in one of their videos, because I'm sure like there are a lot of, from my own experience being an artist, it's a lot of static to cut through as far as getting attention or getting noticed. So, people who are doing creative, interesting things, they need a little help getting noticed, send them to me and we'll check it out and maybe we'll play it on the show. Let's see. Trying to think of a topic something to bring up. Like I said, tonight's the Drag Race finale. And I think right after this finale is over, they're starting a new season. I think I want to say not Britain, because UK is already going. Maybe Canada. I think a new season is starting on something Drag Race related. It could be Canada, or maybe it's Australia. I forgot, because it's expanding over the world now. So, which I'm surprised by, because as soon as one season ends, like, it's got another one, like right after another. Yeah, Australia. Yeah, I think it is Australia, which I'm not sure who will be hosting that one, because I don't really know any Australian celebrities. If anybody knows off the top of the head, you could rib off to me, because I'm not sure. Because UK, I would think someone like Graham Norton would be a name that comes to mind, and there maybe someone like maybe like a Kelly Osbourne or somebody. But Australia, I'm not too sure. Oh wait, no, I know who. Maybe Kylie Minogue will be on there. I don't know. Do a little la 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 head piece. Remember that? Talking about throwbacks. She'd be a good guest. Tachi Wakiki. Oh, I haven't heard of them. Her before, actually. Director. Okay, be a good show. I would think. Oh, well, as far as an American Drag Race, I read that Cher maybe wants to be a guest on the next season or one of the upcoming seasons, which I don't see why she hasn't been one by now, because it's like duh, it makes sense. Because they've had what's his name, Chad Michaels, that's like basically like has had surgery to like Cher and does Cher all the time, and everybody on the show has pretty much done the Cher impression, so it makes sense she would be on it, and she'd be a great guest. I think her, Diana Ross, and then Madonna. That'd be like the Holy Trinity. Okay, well, as far as like the mature legends, and Mariah, yes, Mariah, yeah, Mariah would be one. Lots of darlings and sunglasses, and lots of this, dramatic, and she wants to sit on Oprah back in the Gap. Mariah would be a great one. I want to think who else? I'm missing somebody. Oh, Patty hadn't been on, which is amazing. Patty hadn't been on Drag Race like at all, never. But I mean, it's a reading challenge, absolutely, yes. But Patty would be a great guest. Mariah would be a great guest. Who would be a great guest? Who I think somebody would sleep on, but she'd be a great guest. She's really like low key funny. Celine Dion. She would be a great guest, because I've seen her in other things, like Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, and she's done a few things like just interviews, and like she's like low key funny now, especially now she's got a little older, and she's not like quite hadn't fit into that like adult contemporary box. She kind of let her sense of humor out more. I think she'd be a really great guest. Who else? I'm trying to think who'd be a good one. Celine, you got Patty, Dion, Warwick. She's another one. Oh yeah, anybody from Pose, Billy Porter, yeah, anybody. Blanca, MJ Rodriguez, yes, she'd be a great guest. India Moore be a great guest. Electra, come on, Electra, call her by her actual name, Dominique. She'd be a fantastic guest. Yes, anybody from Pose would be a great guest. Yes. Then who else would be a good one? Well, of course, Beyonce will be prime time TV. They would probably tease that for weeks, months. But anyway, yeah. But yes, the Drag Race ends tonight. We'll see the winner is, and also, like I said, the new one starting up soon. I guess in Australia. Which I guess you have to probably let the search and find and watch that one because I usually don't air them on VH1. They do on the other US one. So, oh yeah, Elton John. Yeah, Elton be a good one. We just got to stick together. So, Ellen, Elton could serve it up. So yeah, Elton would be a good guess. Yeah, because they probably. I'm surprised they haven't done Elton John the unauthorized musical. That'd be a good one. Usually, they done the divas, do a Devo musical, so to speak. That'd be a good, change of pace. Or Freddie Mercury. That'd be a good one. Too many, too many piano, or too many wigs too. He could wear some wigs back in the Gap. So yeah. All right, let's get back into the music, into some videos. All right, this next one, to again switch to musical mood. Last track was indie pop. This one's more like Afro beat, Afro pop type of sound. Really catchy. I found this one again on LGBT Underground on IG. This artist goes by the name of DJTRAKQUEEN, and the name of the song is Pickup. So let's get into that video now. This is DJTRAKQUEEN, and this is Pickup.
You said we can't be friends. You don't want to live. So I'm keeping the same energy.
ATG music.
Keeping the same energy with you.
When I call you, don't pick up. You don't answer, put me on this call. When I call you, let's link up. You don't answer, tell me what. Cause you know I'm falling, baby. Cause you know I'm want it, baby. Yeah. Why you calling me your friend? True, say I wanna make amends. I just want you back, baby. I don't want this to end. Reminiscing when I saw you at the party, looking so naughty. I couldn't believe my eyes. Reminiscing when you touching my body, rubbing my body, calling out my name all night. Could we just more than friends, more than saints, more to this thing? Could we just more than texts, more than flex? You drive me crazy. Yeah. When I call you, don't pick up. You don't answer, put me on this call. When I call you, let's link up. You don't answer, tell me what. Cause you know I'm falling, baby. Cause you know I want it, baby. Yeah. Feeling like I give you my love for none, all of my trust for none. Baby, would you tell me something? Cause you got me really high. Oh, no. It's like you are my lifeline. I need you, but I can't lie. I want you for a lifetime. Could we just more than friends, more than saints, more to this thing? Could we just more than texts, more than flex? You drive me crazy. Yeah. When I call you, don't pick up. You don't answer, put me on this call. When I call you, let's link up. You don't answer, tell me what. Cause you know I'm falling, baby. Cause you know I want it, baby. Yeah. I can't recognize you, baby. You're so different from what I knew. Cause you got a new man. On the D-Lows where we had plans. Where did we go? All up in your motion. From a deep stroke, caught up in your ocean. Finding Nemo. So when you're fucking him, I hope you say my name. So when it leaves you, I hope you feel my pain. When I call you, don't pick up. You don't answer, put me on this call. When I call you, let's link up. You don't answer, tell me what. Cause you know I'm falling, baby. Cause you know I want it, baby. Yeah. When I call you, you don't answer, you don't answer, tell me what you want. When I call you, you don't answer, you don't answer, tell me what you want.
Scratch mixed it.
All right, and we are back. That was DJTRAKQUEEN with Pickup. really great song, very, very catchy. Like the colors in that video, and I like the way the scenes transition to one another. Actually, the beginning actually reminds me of remember the beginning of Work It, Missy Elliott, one where he like Timberland comes to the paper and was like, DJ, please pick up your phone. I'm on request line. It actually reminds me of that. Talking about throwbacks. It's got like kind of early 2000s train of thought going on tonight. Yeah, because 70 was talking about the 03 VMAs. I'm talking about Missy Elliott and Timbaland. 01, 02, 03 thing going on right now. Yes, 2000 hidden theme, absolutely, yes. But a time that wasn't necessarily looked on finally right then, but I think people are starting to kind of go back to that now. As far as like aesthetic and things like that. Actually, another one that comes to mind, actually, speaking of 03, Normani's video for Motivation is definitely like in that mode of like early 2000s, 106 Park type of thing. So, it's definitely coming back around, which, I wonder what, it's like she had a little momentum for a while and she kind of, went away, but, I'm not sure what, like she's almost there, but she hadn't quite figured out what makes her pop. Because to me, I think everybody try to compare her to Beyonce, but to me, she's much more of a Janet. Just my personal opinion. To go on a tangent, especially like because as far as dancing ability, she does a really complicated, intricate choreography. Beyonce's more like ta-da, like showgirl-esque, whereas like Janet was always more like very like technical with the choreography, but getting into divas as one is want to do, and her and her voice is softer, yeah. So I definitely see more in the Janet mode, or even more maybe it's slightly Aaliyah, but not quite, because Aaliyah was very enigmatic. Aaliyah was her own mystique, But yeah, definitely. Anyway, going from pop divas back to our rap divos. This is going to go into part 2 of our interview with 7 Deep, continuing to talk about music and just his inspirations and what his aspirations are as an artist. So this is part 2 of our interview with 7 Deep. Let's get into that. Going back to theater, but more so, I guess, acting. I know I heard you mention once, I think it was an interview you did with Let Us Live. You mentioned you wanted to get into acting at some point. Do you see yourself more as like a dramatic actor, or more like a comedy, or like a combination of the two? Or
I literally can do it all. Like I love acting. So it's like whatever it called for and I got booked for it, I would make it happen. Naturally, I would want to be. I'm naturally funny all day. I'm always goofy all day. So I think when I go acting, I think I wouldn't want to start with that. I would want to be more serious and try to like challenge myself as an actor. But that's just me, because I love the craft, and I love the craft of like becoming someone else and actually having to put this forth on screen. I love that.
You mentioned doing theater. What theater productions did you do in school, or?
Yeah, so my dad had me in high school. I was in like advanced theater classes, so I would do like on stage stuff. And then I went to an actually specific high school designated for the theater. We have one here in Petersburg. It was directly for just theater. I've done like Annie and the regular Annie and A Raisin in the Sun and stuff like that. The real general stuff that they always that you do in high school. Nothing too big.
All right. Okay. Do you have any like dream directors you want to work with, or anything like that, or any particular showrunners?
Not really. I really don't have any directors, any dream directors that I literally direct everything. I mean, the ones off the top of my head, I love Dave Meyers. I love Benny Boom when he directs films. I love, those ones. And I'm pretty sure it's more.
Yeah, it's like, to me, it's like you would fit in real with like maybe like a Tim Burton, or like a
yes.
Yeah, Zack Snyder, that type of aesthetic.
Yeah.
I see that for you. I know, like, we've been putting out singles for the past couple of months, and then you put out an EP not too long ago, actually 2 EPs. So I know you put out a single today with Get High, a collaboration with I think his name's Slip My Mind, just like quick. What's next for you in terms of music? Like a full album or another EP, or?
I like the process of making EPs, and I think I do want to make another EP. And now that those 2 EPs were kind of like experiments in a way, I was started my being a musician, and I was like, I'm just gonna figure out a lot of different things and see what happens, see what works. So now I think if I did do another EP, I know exactly what my supporters like and want to hear. But right now I'm really focused on I'm in love with like the whole singles and the visuals. People are visual. They need visuals. You know what I mean? You could literally put together the best EP in the world, but if your visuals, people just need it. It makes sense. You know what I mean? So I think that right now I wrote 3 songs within the last. I wrote 3 songs over the weekend. So they're different, but I always try to challenge myself. But I think I know I'm gonna record those this weekend and see how they sound. Because as artists, they'll be in our heads sounding a different way, but then you actually hear it and it's like, well, okay.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna see how those sound, and then we're gonna go from there.
How would you describe like your sound? Because to me, it's like it's aggressive. It's like it's bass heavy, but how would you describe it?
People ask me that. I'm a rock star. I always say I'm a rock star. Like I like this. You say I'm a rapper. I'm talking, my computer's going off. I can say I'm a rapper. I can say I like to sing. I can say whatever. But I literally am whatever I feel like doing. I have songs singing. I have songs rapping. But it's definitely aggressive. I like heavy beats because I feel like my voice goes good over heavy beats. It's very aggressive. And it's just one of those sounds that is just, I feel like it has its own sound. I have figured out my own sound, in 2021 when everyone wants to sound alike.
Definitely something you have to work at, finding your own kind of niche and working there.
Mm-hmm.
Who would you say like influenced you as a lyricist? Because obviously the sexuality is very like out front and center.
When I made the decision that I was going to talk about my subject matter, because you don't have to in this industry. You could be bisexual and talk about just one side of you and live your career that way. But when I made the decision, I said, I'm gonna be super duper provocative and super duper like in your face about it, because I feel like they try to make bisexual people, gay people, whatever, people of just queer people in general, they try to not make us feel good about our sexuality when it's who we are. It's fine to embrace your sexuality. So I love how provocative Little Kim is. She was when she came out, she was super duper provocative and in your face about her sexuality. And I just kept thinking to myself, I love this about her, that she's just like, this is how I am, take it or leave it. I love how provocative Kanye West is. I love him. I grew up listening to a lot of Juicy J, a lot of 3 6 Mafia. I don't know what, but just provocative people. My family had me listening to all these people that's why now my mom and my dad, they can't say anything because they're like, wow, okay, we did like have you listening to all these people that, if you're going to say it, don't tiptoe around. I'm really not a tiptoer. I like to talk about it. So let's talk about it.
Right. And what's the reaction been in terms of not just the family, but just like met other people like in the industry or other artists? What's the reaction been to you and like your image and lyrics?
It's funny because at first people didn't get it. I will say that at first people didn't get it. They were like, huh? But I will say that I've had nothing. God has only blessed me more than anything else. I don't even really see the negativity because all of the positivity seriously outweighs all of the negativity that that people may say about it. I only see the positivity. There's a whole community of bisexual people or a whole community of queer people that are missing aggressive rappers like me. We love we love the other style of rapping, but as far as me being aggressive, I've gotten way more like love from the heterosexual community and also homosexual community. So it's been nothing but love.
That's good. It's good to hear. Yes, because I think to me, the more people are sort of out open about who they are, the less of a novelty it'll be, the less of a thing it'll be. It'll be like a fact rather than just
exactly.
Yeah. Last question. What are your 3 dream collaborations? They could be artists that's already passed or artists that's still living. If you could, collaborate with anybody, what would it be?
That's a good question. I would love to collaborate with. That's such a good question. It is because I really don't. I would love to collaborate with FKA Twigs. I think she is amazing. I would think we could do a real good dance scene. I think that her voice on top of my voice, and she got the soft and I have the deep. I think it would be really, really dope. I love FKA Twigs. I love it's this guy. His name is St. John. He's up and coming. He's pretty cool. I love St. John. And another third one, if we're gonna just be rapping, I want to rap with Megan. I want to rap with Megan on the beat. Okay. Yeah, I want to rap with Megan.
yeah, NC-17.
Yeah, exactly. I got to rap with Megan because honestly, she's one of the ones that's rapping right now, and I love you.
All right, yeah. I think that's pretty much it for the interview. So thank you for coming, spend some time with me and talking to me. Where can people find you? Most importantly, where can they find you? Where can they find your music?
I'm on everything 7Deep, but it's spelled SEVNDEEP. All my social media handles is that, but it's going to be an underscore at the end. Somebody stole my name. I'm going to get them kicked off when I get super famous. But it's going to be SEVNDEEP _. That's all my social media handles.
So I guess it's real quick. How did you come up with the name 7Deep?
So I've So I've been 7. I've been 7 before, like when I was a dancer. My real name is Darrell. So I remember like when I was a dancer, I kept saying Darrell's such a corny dance name. Like you want a better stage name than Darrell. So I found 7 just randomly. You know, the number 7 has a bunch of different meaning. I think, well, for a fact, Erykah Badu's son's name is 7. And I remember her saying his name, and I was thinking to myself like, why is his name 7? So I looked it up and I said, this is kind of cool. And at that time I thought I was completed. It just a good name or whatever. And I remember it. So that I've already had 7. And I remember being in the studio creating my EP. It's this song called Last Stop Before Home. And I really use my deep, like I woke up I like to wake up and go to the studio because my voice is deeper. And I remember waking up and going to the studio, and I had no name yet. And I know I didn't want to be 7 because we have 7th Streeter. And I love my girl, but I want people to be able to, you know, differentiate us. Exactly. So I was in the studio and I was on the mic and I was like, it's just this, you have to listen to the song. It's my deep voice. And my engineer was like, damn, your voice is so deep. Like your voice is deep. And I was like, 7 deep? And I was like, do you like that? And he was like, and I remember I kept on saying it back and forth, like 7 deep. And I kept saying it back and forth. And I was like, you like that? And he was like, I don't mind it. I like it actually. Like I like it's a pretty And so yeah, now we're here.
Well, I mean, it fits. So that's, I guess we'll wrap it up. So again, thank you for talking to me. Look forward to see what you come out with next and what you're gonna surprise us with, what you're gonna hit us with. So thank you again.
Thank you.
All right. Oh, real quick. If you could do like a quick record like a quick drop just for the interview.
Okay.
Yeah, just say you're talking. We are back. That was the interview with 7 Deep. Again, you can follow him on IG. Really great guy, really great interview, very creative with his visuals and with his songs. Again, you can follow him online, official 7 Deep. He's also on YouTube. I think he's on Facebook as well. He actually just put out a single. The artist whose name I forgot during the interview is Johnny. They put out a single together called Get High, and they came out this week, and I think a video for it as well. So you can check him out, both of them out, Johnny and 7 Deep. Again, that's official 7 Deep. You can follow him on IG. He's pretty, like I say, he's very active and a really creative guy. Really great talking to him. I think we have a lot in common as far as putting emphasis on the visual, obviously, with our videos and with our performances and things like that. So that was a great meeting of the minds, so to speak. And if you just heard that, that's lightning. I don't know if you heard that. It is storming down here in Louisiana. So I hope, luckily we've held so far, even with the rain and everything, so we're good to go. But we can keep it moving before we go for the lights do go out, hopefully not. Our next video, keeping it in ratchet rap territory. This is Dre Sean. I came across him on IG. And this is his latest video for OnlyFans. So again, this is Dre Sean, and this is OnlyFans. Let's get into that.
Bounce that booty like a basketball. If you don't shake it at all. Bounce.
What's your name? What's your sign? You got a friend? Is he fine? Black card, do with decline. Pop the rubber bands and watch them dollars get to flying. Shake it fast. Do your dance. Get the cam and bust it open for me like you got an OnlyFans. Okay, now pose for the camera, bend it over, touch your toes. I got a couple niggas and you know I bring the hoes. My wrist in Medusa, I should name the AP Froze. Or maybe name it Flu because my flow stay hella cold. I was rolling with my bitches, we was rolling up some riches. All I do is custom, if you want it, you can get it. It's the bread before the head, take his money like a subscription. If I let them hit it once, then you know that nigga miss it. Bitches that be salty, I took that nigga Polly. He wanna make a movie cause the coochie Uchi Wally. When he press record, I'm going stupid on the flick. They should call me Meg the Stallion, how I do it on the dick. What's your name? What's your sign? You got a friend? Is he fine? Black card, do with decline. Pop the rubber bands and watch them dollars get to flying. Shake it fast. Do your dance. Get the cam and bust it open for me like you got an OnlyFans. If Sean touch the mic, then you know it's a bop. When I come out, it's a sweep and I ain't talking a mop. I'ma pop my shit some more to show our niggas don't like me. Gonna turn the volume up cause it's about to get spiced. Pretty and pace at the bar when now I'm fucking above it. You niggas wanna verse for me, it wouldn't fit in your budget. Pussy get 5-star reviews, just ask your nigga, he love it. You a MC Hammer punchline and you bitches could touch all these niggas up in the basement, they don't stay in they place. My niggas bonding over blunts, these hoes must love how I taste. It be bitches without no business, they got something to say. The only shit you bitches can talk is when I'm sitting on face. What's your name? What's your sign? You got a friend? Is he fine? Black card, do with decline. Pop the rubber bands and watch some dollars get this flying. Shake it fast. Do your dance. Get the cam and bust it open for me like you got an OnlyFans.
Don't shake it at all. Bounce that booty like that. Come on, if you don't shake it at all. Bounce that booty like that. Come on, if you don't shake it at all. Bounce that booty like that. Come on, if you don't shake it at all.
All right, and we are back. That was King Drayshawn with his Instagram handle is King Drayshawn with OnlyFans. Again, you know, seems like they'd be two of a kind, 7 deep, and Drayshawn, you know, with the raunchy ratchet rap. You know, it'd be a good collaboration, I think. Just playing A&R guy for a minute. Also, random tangent. He mentioned 7D mentioned Lil' Kim as an influence. I actually came across a video today of Lil' Kim performing with Cyndi Lauper doing an acoustic version mashup of Time After Time and Light Us Up, which sounds crazy and like it would be garbage, but it's actually really, really good. It made me want like a Lil' Kim acoustic rap album. Like she could give her like, you know, an indie pop producer and like maybe do a little auto-tune, maybe get a little vocal lesson, but she does have a nice voice, and like just put it together with some guitar stuff. Maybe pair it with Cyndi Lauper for a few songs, and then like, wow, like look that up. Cyndi Lauper, Lil' Kim. It's Time After Time and Light Us Up, and then you had Kim singing Time After Time and Cyndi Lauper singing Light Us Up, and it actually made sense. It made more sense than Nelly and Tim McGraw for my 04 babies, but you know, that's just me, you know. No tea, no shade, or well, kind of, yeah, you know, Nelly fine, but you know, that was a strange collaboration, I think. But still not as bad as LL and Brad Paisley, but you know, we're gonna do about it. Anyway, moving right along with the music. Next up, we have getting into some R&B to slow things down for a minute. We got I sound like what's the name from the Players Club, Jimmy Foxx's character. Like down to come out on stage, but she's not. Anyway, we get into this next video from an R&B guy. This is Don Plus with his latest video. Let's get into Don Plus's latest video for his new song.
Yeah. Check it out one time. Yeah. D-ho, hit, let's go. Let's go. You want me to confront you. You want me to bring you to you. Now Muhammad ain't going to the mountain. Yeah, the mountain can't have him. You don't roll the shade. I ain't really trying to go up to you, making moves to just get rejected. I ain't scared of you, baby. I just wanna feel real protected. You say you want a guy that's gonna be all up on you. You say you gon' stick those words that make me feel like you can do all the things that's all up in my head. As long as it involves the bad. You said you wanna do the got it. You wanna do the flaunt it. You wanna do this ready to stop and we'll jump on it. But it seems that you don't fit your own criteria. Get up in my style. Just make a move.
make a move, yeah, just focus on me. Don't move in my ear, tell me what you want and need it, and I will be right here. Yeah, just make a move, just make a move, just make a move, yeah, just make a move, just make a move. I ain't got problem with the way you put your seat, but it's just frontin'. And I know you really got me, and I gotta show you that I am the type that always get you walking to my side. Don't send a drink, don't buy me nothing. I want you to be here, come and tell me all your demands on your knees. You wanna go ahead and do this thing, so move on to me. Just make a move, yeah, just make a move. Go and slip in my ear, tell me what you want and need it, and I will be right. Just make a move, babe. Just make a move, just make a move. Just make a move, babe. Just make a move, just make a move, yeah, just make a move. Hey, tell me what you want and need it, and I will be right here. Just make a move, just make a move. Just make a move, yeah. Just make a move, just make a move. Here we go, ride boat. Here we go, ride middle. Here we go, hit short. And then we'll do a little. Just make a move, babe. Just make a move, babe. Here we go, ride boat. Here we go, ride middle. Here we go, hit short. And then we'll do a little. Just make a move, yeah. Just make a move, yeah. Hey. Oh, yeah, yeah. Check it out one time. Just make a, just make a, just make a move.
Plus, but make a move. Like I said, really great song. Really catchy song. Actually, been following him for a while on IG. We've been messaging each other back and forth just about our different music scenes. Me in Louisiana, he lives out in DC. If you don't know about DC, DC is very dominated by go-go music, and actually as well as like punk rock, and then also of course hip hop too. So it's a real mix of different genres, and of course with him being R&B. Again, that was Don Plus, Make a Move, and his again, he's on IG, very active. You can follow him and see what he's up to as well. To me, that song kind of like a strong kind of like bit of a 90s vibe too, with a kind of Aaliyah Timbaland song, like around 1 in a million, like 4-page letter, that type of sound. So I think it's what kind of spoke to me about that track. But again, that's Don Plus, and that was Make a Move. Before we get into our last video, trying to think of any random pop culture I can dig up. Speaking of 90s stuff, I want to say they're rebooting something else again. I forgot what not, of course, they had Pop-Up Girls. Not Dexter, but I think it was they reboot Animaniacs a while back, which I haven't watched yet. But I always had watched it back in the day. But I heard that was a pretty good one actually. It's like goes, but it's things tend to hit different from times when you're an adult, than how it was when you were a kid. I heard they would might be remaking The Sandlot, which I don't know how I feel about that, because the original was already pretty good anyway, and it was already nostalgic in its own way. So, but I'm not sure how good a remake would do. Yes, no, yes, no, yeah. I don't know how good I did that might be. Just watch the old one, the 931. I mean, educate the children, teach them well, and let them lead the way, as Whitney once said. That's how I feel about it. Everything doesn't necessarily need a remake. Oh no, I know what they're remaking. They're remaking Wonder Years with I can't think who's produced. I think it's Lee Daniels that's producing, maybe. Which they're remaking it with a young black family in that same era, which they can go either way, because I remember, because my parents used to watch Wonder Years when it was on the original, and to me that series was very nostalgic and a sort of like they were ignoring some key areas of American history, like i.e. sit-ins and racism and all that stuff. And I don't think if it's surrounding a black family, they can get away with that without getting some intense dragging on social media and other places. But maybe they will. I don't know. You never know. Because if people just want to get into the nostalgia part and they just want to hear Motown and the Motown soundtrack and not think about the dogs and the fire horses and the fire hoses, maybe they can get away with it, but I don't think they can, especially not right now in this particular era that we're in. I think if they do a remake of the Wonder Years, it has to speak to that on some level, even though it's told through a child's perspective. It's still have to kind of wrestle with that in a way. I don't think you can avoid that or get around that. But we'll see. I may give it a watch because to me, they already kind of that actually the show Young Rockets already kind of challenged the Wonder Years sort of aesthetic to me in the way he's telling his own story. Wonder Years, a little bit of Everybody Hates Chris. It's a good show. Anyway, but yeah, Wonder Years is is a reboot, and that may or may not work. Like I said, it just depends. So I still haven't watched them, which I'm a little worn down on the racism as horror trope, which is necessary and it's needed because a lot of times in horror movies usually black folks just die in the first 10 minutes and that's a wrap. So I like the fact that you have Get Out and you have had Lovecraft Country, which I watched, and you've had a few other things as well. Get Out, Us, and now them, but I'm not sure if I want to watch them. It's just a little bit of overload for me. I having to take a break and then come back to it. So we will see about that. Oh, can't do horror. Can't do horror or anything. Oh, that's too bad. Not even like Scream or anything. Like Screams are, usually Screams like a good entry point for most folks. Even though it's violent, but it's kind of like it's funny at the same time. Okay, Scream, yeah, okay, yeah. Not the pandemic, not the pandemic, yeah, I get it. Yes, the pandemic kind of heightens people's, or lowers tolerance for horror. We're like facing it all day, every day in a way. But yes, them, I may get around to it. Who knows? I may watch the Wonder Years thing just to see. Kenan actually is a good show. It's funny. It's light. If you're looking for lighter entertainment without less harsh stuff. Kenan is a good less little sitcom. It's like a mix because like in a way he's like a young single dad, but he's living with his former father-in-law and his brother. So it's like it got a little bit like a 3 Men and a Baby situation in a way, or like a Full House in a way. But no Uncle Jesse. Nobody that found the show. Just my opinion. Kenan's cute though. Oh, Nickelodeon, yeah. Oh, I didn't see that. Huh. Is that Nickelodeon Orange Years doc on Netflix? I didn't see it. Is that the one with that's done by like Soleil Moon Frye, where she was like taking pictures? She like took videos of all like the '90s child actors. She was doing one too. I can't think of the name of it though. It's like she was like she had all this footage of back in the day of like her and all the kids like Now 210 and Saved by the Bell and like all those shows. Oh yeah, Kid 90. Yeah, that's what it's called. Okay. Huh. Okay. All right. Huh. All right. Huh. Yeah, I mean, watched it. Yeah. Those would be good ones. Well, it is monsoon out in this bitch outside, to be blunt. So we're gonna scurry on to our last video of the night before the last go out over here. This is Lyle Anthony, and this is My Forever. So let's get into Lyle Anthony, My Forever.
Keeps my heart beating like a honeybee needing its sting. my heart when I'm around you. I don't wanna contain it. I just wanna rearrange it. Don't wanna have to behave, yeah. I just want you to be my baby, my forever baby. Your kiss keeps me yearning, like the fire in my heart keeps it burning. For your love, for your joy, your peace, your happiness. And your smile enlightens my world, and it lights up my heart, the forever loving part of me. This love centers our hope in her being. I can't control my feelings, baby, and be without you. I can't control it. I don't wanna have to compose my heart when I'm around you. I don't wanna contain it. I just wanna rearrange it. Don't wanna have to behave, yeah. Forever, baby. My forever, baby. My forever, baby. Anthony. My forever, baby.
All right, and we are back. That was Lyle Anthony with My Forever. Really great video. Who I'm told features Barbie Addiction, who I wasn't aware of, but I'm aware of now, actually. And also an appearance, if you were watching closely, one of the background dancers from RuPaul's Drag Race fame is Laganja, out of drag dancing. Yes, Laganja, who you may recall, or under the immortal line, I feel very attached, with chest stumping included, out of drag. So actually, you know who I once saw doing backup on a performance? It was Ricky from Noah's Ark was doing backup for somebody. I can't remember who. It was like a whole Broadway thing. He was in there. I was like, okay, Rick, gotta pay them bills. I know that. So, you know, no shame, no judgment, and absolutely not. You gotta, you know, and do what we have to. So, but again, very strong in that video, Lyle Anthony video, very strong, in my opinion, you know, late 90s, early 2000s aesthetic, just to bring the 2000s theme back again, you know, with the colors and just everybody dancing outside in the street in front of the car and something very like 01, 02, 03 energy, like Maria, or like, you know, Enrique Iglesias sort of video, that sort of vibe, the kind of like outdoor celebration sort of thing. A sprinkle of Ricky Martin in the mix, you know, maybe so. But yeah, definitely so. But again, that was Lyle Anthony with My Forever. And that actually was our last video of the night. Any video, again, any artists that you know that are doing interesting creative things, please email me, send them the links to me at afrosensei@gmail.com, whether that's for an interview, whether that's just to play the video to get a feature. I'm always looking for artists who are doing really great creative stuff that, you know, LGBTQ artists that are doing, you know, interesting creative things. So yeah, you know, anybody that's doing that's you think will be a good fit for the show, or somebody who want to be interviewed, you can send them to afrosensei@gmail.com, and you know, I'll check them out and give them a listen or give a look at the video. Again, the next show will be on May the 7th. Thank you everybody for, you know, tuning in, or if you didn't tune in, you know, for whoever was going to rewatch this later, thank you for rewatching. Please share it, spread the word, spread the news. That way, it'll be fun to chat with folks during the show, and, you know, hear what y'all are watching and reading and listening to and thinking. So again, anybody who wants to submit any music or any music videos, try Afro Sensei show at gmail.com. And we will see you on May the 7th. Until then, good night.